Hey guys, welcome to what I am hoping is the first of a new series of videos called Let's Talk DSA. My name is Will DSA and I am here. We're going to be talking about a variety of subjects in each of these segments on a weekly basis. This will include a metagame breakdown for Sorcerer's Tournament, new things that are happening, new teams we've seen, and just the odds and ends that come with any game like this. So first off, let's go ahead and start with a very basic metagame breakdown. We are into week 5 of this breakdown here, and I will kind of go through it for you right about now. We'll go into our collection here and just kind of talk about it. So what we've done for the breakdown is we've taken the top 25 tournament teams from a Sorcerer's Tournament shard. In this case, my shard and another clubmate's shard. So we have 2 shards, so 25 teams a piece. That's 50 teams. Getting the percentage of the times a character shows up in that offensive tournament team. And here are our results. Coming in at number 10 is Dr. Facilier, this gentleman right here. He's coming in at number 10 at about 16% of the teams that we polled. That's about a 1% or a 1 spot drop from last time. Dr. Facilier, as many of you know, very good PvE. I think very underrated in PvP. Especially when he gets up to a higher star and a higher gear. Particularly his transformation central is fantastic, as well as his Terror Toss for the charm. But underutilized, especially if you have a good tank, is his friends on the other side, which really can frustrate opponents. So Dr. Facilier coming in at number 10 this week. Number 9 is going to be the one and only Simba. Not much to have to say about Simba. A great tank, though recently people know how to get around him. Gears and levels are getting to the point where he dies much more easily, but can still be a hassle once everybody's run out of like a defense break or an AoE to get around him. Can really help. Alright. Going into number 8 is Jack this week. Jack is at 20% along with Simba. Jack dropped about 2 spots. Jack, not much to say. He hits hard. He's a little bit random. See if I can find my Jack here. Let's go ahead here. Jack here. I mean, what's there to say? He hits hard. He can hit hard. He's just random and best utilized in a Incredibles team. Not really going to be your best bet just as a standalone in most cases. Number 7 is another Incredibles team member, Mr. Incredible. The pre-taunt he gets upon teammates or incredible teammates going below 50% is incredibly useful. He is beefy, and that's probably his biggest thing. He comes in at 22% of the metagame that we looked at, and will probably stay in that top 10 for now. Other things have changed to make that a different subject coming up in coming weeks. Coming in at number 6 is Sorcerer's Mickey. Where's my Mickey at? Mickey, an important part of the Kingdom team for the slow reduction, or the speed reduction and slow. Along with his second special, Magical Mob, going to go ahead and be able to deal with a lot of opposing dash charges. He is coming in at number 6 at 26% of the meta, a 2-spot jump from last week. BBW is our next one, coming in at number 5. BBW at 36%. Downtown Villains, not a huge team that we've seen across the board. Some things here and there. They're not the main focus, but he's a standalone character. You can plug him in. Hits hero teams pretty hard. The gaining life back and the strong hits make him a strong candidate for any plug and play. Again, coming in at 36%, staying where he is from last week, and he is going to go ahead and be at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Aladdin, another Kingdom team member who helps with the speed reduction and slows. Aladdin hits very hard as well, and the evade is especially helpful in many cases, especially now with some of the spell changes that have happened. So it's fantastic to see Aladdin at number 4 at 40%. Number 3, dropping a spot, is actually going to be Dash. Dash right over here, one of the premier offensive characters because of his ability to hit so quickly. I believe the fastest character in the game to charge up well, best utilized in an Incredibles team, but can be standalone and be your main damage dealer. He's coming in at 56% of the established meta that we have looked at, down one spot, but still over half the teams are utilizing him, and not all of those teams are Incredible teams, so great standalone potential. Zerg is actually coming in at number 2. He is in 58% of the lineups, so he is up a spot. Zerg, the second premier damage dealer, essentially his delete ability, Zerg Vision, fantastic. It was characters at about half health and stars and gears are equal. It's usually gone. Rapid Ion Blaster can really deal with characters quickly, including a dash and getting him down. So Zerg coming in at 58%, up a spot from last week. And number 1 still for, I think, almost 4 weeks running now is Shan Yu, the Premier Kingdom lead. His ability to grant that speed bonus to Kingdom characters, fantastic. Sometimes even hard to get around. Some talk about, is this good for the metagame to have it being based on speed? Does it deserve a nerf? Maybe not. You're getting around it here and there. Spells certainly help with him. Some things have changed that may decrease the effectiveness as well. So Shan Yu coming in at 66% of the field. So in about 2/3 of the team are running Shan Yu in their lead. Damage dealing, speed, what else can I say? So Shan Yu rounding out that top 10. Alright guys, so that deals with the metagame. Going forward, if you want to contact me, if you want to try and get your shard involved in this so we can get more sample data, man, I am more than willing to do it. You can find me on Discord. You can leave a comment here with your Discord name as well. I'll try and put all that in the description section for you. And yeah, let's go ahead and keep developing what this metagame looks like in the Sorcerer's Tournament. Now, everyone's big news and what is going to shake up the metagame here is Frozen has been released. Plenty of people have gone over the Frozen teams. I don't feel like I really need to. As far as abilities, I will give you my thoughts. Obviously, Frozen overall seems to be a very strong team if put together, especially now that the debuffs on spells, which we'll go over in a second. Again, other people have made videos about that. I'm not going to go into detail, but the effect on spells is really going to help this team, especially the change to foul play. Anna's leadership ability is one I'm very excited about. And then I'm also excited about Kristoff. I like Elsa, but feels a little underwhelming to me. Here are the things I am most excited about. Anna is actually the one I'm most excited about, this leadership ability. On the battle, Kristoff is a teammate that increases speed meter by 27 per Orl's a teammate, including himself. So if it's Elsa and Anna, he's getting about a 40% bump in speed, which is fantastic. Getting that taunt up is great in many cases against a king team. When a teammate's health falls below 60%, grant them defense up for 1 turn, healing over time, restoring 10% of their health, and duration of helpful effects. Now this is going to be fantastic. It also increases with Frozen teammates. Speed meter increases by 30% as well if it is Elsa. Now this is good for Frozen, also good all around, especially against Kingdom teams. Now the comp I'm looking at, I'll show in a little bit where I want to get it at, but this is what I'm most excited about more than anything, just because of the effect it can have in establishing a foothold against the current meta of speed. Now another thing not many people realized, Anna's Kingdom, she can fit into a Shan Yu team. and increase their speed and help them as well. So if you have not thought of that and you're running Kingdom, Ana in a Kingdom team, don't even need the leadership necessarily. She can still speed you up, still work just fine. Because you got, I believe this is gaining haste, increase the speed meter for adjacent team members, and grant all magical abilities. Yeah, I mean, she can do things in a Kingdom team. It's silly. And then my second favorite one is going to be Kristoff. Kristoff, I think, is the next most powerful. I haven't used Elsie yet, it's not unlocked, but just reading her kit, she feels a little underwhelming to me if not in this full Frozen team. And I'm a guy who likes to just kind of branch out and take a look at things. His ability to grant the Stone Trolls for helping healing, his ability to taunt as well is fantastic. Take a look at that. Ana, first spell with Ana, defense up, cleanse all harm effects from him, so he really prevents as well. Say I have a Zerg out there, and Zerg gets killed, it lets me auto taunt essentially up onto this. Alright. Taunt that. Sorry guys. No. I missed it from somehow. Oh, the taunting. Yes, absolutely. So being able to taunt up as well, and then also survive long enough helps you get things like a golden hammer on it. The composition I'm thinking about running is as follows. Obviously my stuff is not geared up, but here is my thought. Let's go into a battle. Let's go into the PvP arena and let's just make the team quick. So, in regards to spells, a lot of spells have been nerfed. You can find it on the Discord. A lot of people have talked about it. I don't feel the need I need to go into it. But things like Golden Hammer and Mufasa are really, really going to be much more helpful nowadays and can turn the tide. So those would be the two spells I'm looking at running. Each is only at level 1. And then we're going to go with... where is Ana? Back up. See here, Ana is over here. Frozen. Stop it. There we go. So, Ana on lead. Simba, and then Kristoff. It's going to be probably, I want to try it with Zerg. I want to try it with Dash first. If this doesn't work, I can see not needing all this damage dealing. I can if Kristoff is fantastic and doesn't need it, I would prefer to have to run one tank, and I would prefer to do that. With Dr. Facilier, just pass a taunt around or pass it back to that, but it could also work such as this, and then putting Simba back in if you need it more defensive. That is probably the go-to. You might kill Zerg off bat, but you're going to be able to revive them and then shift taunts around to where you need to. So this is kind of a team I'm thinking about wanting to try and use. So overall impressions is, of course, Frozen I think is going to shift the meta game and fit in a lot of places and will have a notable effect. Also the fact that it is essentially free to play outside of Elsa is going to help it immensely. And the last thing to talk about today is spells. The overall changes to spells. I'm not going to show them. You can find it again on the Discords and everything else and around. But the devs going ahead and removing a lot of AoE functionality Their reasoning is they don't want the spells to outshine the teams and have the hugest effect like they have been having, like Dumbo or Peanut Barrage, I believe it's called. Just only affects blind on the primary opponent or primary target versus all. Huge effect is blind, especially when leveled up for 2 turns, is a game changer. So I really applaud it. It sucks for some of us who have spent on it, but it will be okay. And it opens up the game to more theory crafting. So overall, I'm pretty excited. Next week, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how Frozen is affecting the teams, see if we can look into if these debuffs or these nerfs have come into effect for the spells yet, and kind of see where we are. Hopefully, this new team will be up and running next time we take a look at that. Again, my name is Will DSA. Thank you for tuning in. A little bit of a rambling video, still getting used to YouTube in this format, so if you have any comments, thoughts, suggestions, things you think I'm wrong or right about, go ahead and leave them in the comments. As always, give me a like, share, and subscribe if you can and if you want, and we'll talk to you later. This is Will DSA signing out. Have a wonderful day.